Hello YouTube, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Samuel, and like I've said in my previous video, I said I review movies. For today I'll be reviewing a Hollywood movie, and the name of the Hollywood movie is Halloween Ends. Now most of us have this ideology, this perception that Hollywood movies don't always get to make mistakes or errors. Well guys, both high budget movie and low budget movie make errors and mistakes. It just depends on how they are able to play it out. But don't worry guys, I'm not really focusing on the errors. I'm not focusing all about the errors in today's review. I'm just majorly just going to just talk about why, how, and where I enjoyed the movie, in what part I enjoyed the movie. Without further ado, let's get to the video. So guys, from the name of this movie, you will know that it's a horror movie. I don't know if you're a fan of horror movies, but I am a fan of horror movies. A movie that just centralizes about the scary part, the bloody parts about the holiday they will celebrate in the Western world, which is Halloween. This movie is a sequel to Halloween Kills, which was released in the year 2021, which was just last year. This movie, Halloween Ends, is the 13th installment in the Halloween franchise. So you could see how long they played these characters. Now, the first Halloween was released in the 90s. You don't need to go as far as that to get to understand this movie. Just watching the previous two sequels before this movie, I think you'll be able to grasp everything. Now, this movie in Rotten Tomatoes is rated 39% over 100. So you get to know that a lot of people do not like the movie, some like the movie. Or whether they rate it or not, it does not make it less of a good movie and does not make it best of all movies. It's just basically their own personal opinion about the movie. Now this movie is under the production of Universal Production, Blumhouse Production and Miramax. Guys, you should know that anytime you get to see Universal Production, any movie under them is going to be great. It always comes out great. From the plot to the fighting sequence, everything. When it comes to Blumhouse, I just know that Blumhouse just produce horror movies. I'm always keen, I'm always interested to always want to watch their movies. But when you see the merge of these two productions, Universal Pictures and Blumhouse, you know that this movie is going to be awesome. They are the production team that produced not just Halloween Kills. They produced Truth or Dare, they produced Happy Death Day, and so on and so forth. And you get to know that these movies turned out to be great. Now guys, if you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you're not new, welcome back. I urge you guys that if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and hit the notification bell so that anytime I get to release any video, you'll be notified. Now, I'm not against the production, I'm not against the movie. Whatever I'm saying is basically my opinion, and I'm not going to really attack the production team behind this movie. I hope they really get to watch this video and learn one or two. I really do hope. But still, if you feel my opinions are not really accepted, you can still drop a comment down. I get to go through it and get to learn one or two. Well guys, the man behind the director's seat for this movie is David Gordon Green. He's the man behind the previous Halloween franchise from the 90s to now. He has been the brain behind the production team. He has been the brain behind the directing team. So I feel he has really done a good job in trying to bring out this character by directing, by storytelling, and yes, he did well. The cast involves James Lee Curtis, Rohan Campbell, James Jude Courtney. Well, you don't know these guys. You don't know these guys. I basically don't even know these guys. But I know just a few, because I think this is their major movie that brought them into the limelight. But the performance in this movie was great. They really brought out their A game into it, bringing every character, every passion, every emotions into what they're trying to tell us. You know, that scary part, and they did it perfectly well. Now, guys, like I said before, now Halloween Ends is a sequel to Halloween Kills, which was released last year, 2021. So definitely, the story is more like a continuation of what has happened in the previous movie. If you have not watched it, you really need to watch it because it's a continuation and you need to really grasp what they're trying to say. Now, Michael Myers, which is the antagonist, was able to escape in the previous movie, and in this movie the plot centralizes on the whole community healing after his last attack, and we're now looking for someone to blame. Eventually, this babysitter who had a mistake in taking care of a child, killed the child, was blamed and was stigmatized. So the plot went on to give us the idea of Michael Myers transferring or teaching a younger version of himself. I'm not going to release too much spoilers so that you don't get tired of the movie eventually. It's a whole lot of twists in it, and I say you guys should definitely watch it. Both fans of horror movies and non-fans of horror movies. Cinematography is very important in movies, like I've said, and it's very important in portraying a horror movie. For a horror movie to be scary, you need to make it look scary. That involves the light, reduction in light, more dark night scenes. And so those are those things that you get to use to play out the story, and it seems or it plays out scary. And this they didn't fail in this movie. They didn't fail in this movie. They were able to centralize on the dark scene more, because that's when evil usually occur during the night, and they were able to centralize on that. But they also gave us this part of daylight, daylight scenes, which is so you definitely get to know that this movie is not just an all night movie. There was part day, part night, part day, part night. So and it really complemented the whole plot or story we're trying to give us, because everything cannot just be night, dark, dark. They have to give us a touch of day, which will eventually complement the night. When I was watching Halloween Kills last year, I was pretty much angry. Why? Because it was just so obvious that they didn't want to kill this character, Michael Myers, the guy behind the mask who is behind the brutal killing in the community. They didn't just want to just kill this guy, they want to kill him off. It's like they were trying to make money on the character by prolonging his death, stuff like that. So he eventually did not die, and now he's back again. And I was wondering, are they not going to still not make him die, or are they going to continue? And it was seeming as if they were going to continue. That is maybe a spoiler already. Well, guys, there's not much of an error here in this movie. What I have for this part is my issue with the plot, my issue with the character. Now, Michael Myers has been able to escape near-death cases, brutal stabbings, fire burning cases. He has been able to survive that, masses of the whole community attacking him, and he single-handedly killed every one of them. He was able to escape all these brutal killings, and they didn't even give us a link to any kind of spirituality or spiritual source or spiritual base or backup behind the strength, behind the fact that I was able to escape from all these brutal stabbings and killings, and they didn't give us. And that's the issue that I have. Even in the previous movie, they didn't give us that idea that okay, maybe he signed a deal with a witch or the devil that gives him the ability to heal or give him that massive strength. And guys, he's just a normal human being. He's just a normal human being that is able to possess this strength, can lift up a human being with just one hand. I'm not wondering why are they just spoiling the whole thing? Because they're making us feel that this guy is more like a god, and he's just a human being. It's not like the Indian movie where they try to pose one savior, community savior, as a human being and has the ability to lift the whole house, lift the whole. This is not an Indian movie. This is a Hollywood movie, and they're making a mistake, and that's where I basically have issue with the movie. Other than that, the movie went great. Now, also with the issues, I also had likes to this movie. Now, what are my likes in this movie is the fact that it is a great plot. I was watching this movie with an understanding that at the end they would disappoint me, and eventually they didn't disappoint me. So it ended up to be a good plot. This movie is quite relatable especially when uh, people are always ready to stigmatize you for your wrong. They're able to attack you for your mistake, whereas behind the scene they're even doing so much worse. And basically these are the two I know I just remember one. And the movie this movie is more brutal than the previous one. You could see near you could see I don't want to just mention it, but the cases of brutality in this movie was much better than the previous movie. The theme song used in this movie were mostly country music. Well, not all of them all of them are viable. That's if you're a fan of country music. I am a fan of country songs, so I appreciated one or two in the movie. But my very best is the one by John Carpenter, which is Halloween. That is his theme song. He was one that produced that theme song, and it's one of my best theme song in the movie, in the whole of the franchise. So basically, if you are the kind of person that loves theme song, you can just go behind, check on Chrome, check on John Carpenter's Halloween music, and enjoy it. Now it has come to that point where technology has so much evolved that you don't get to know what is real and what is fake in a movie anymore. Well, big kudos to technology. But still, I still want to appreciate the fact that in this movie they're able to reduce the use of CGI. Most of the scenes taken in this movie were basically they themselves. They didn't use any form of CGI. It's either costume or the actual person playing that role, or an actual house or an actual street. They did it. They built everything just to make sure that this story comes out well. They didn't use CGI to play it out, or the effects they used wasn't that much that you would eventually get tired of the movie. And that's one thing I appreciate about the movie. Who should see this movie? Well, everybody can watch this movie, whether you're a fan of horror movies or not. You can sit down, relax, and enjoy this movie. But you have to be careful when children are around, so that they don't get to a perspective about certain things will not get to be corrupted. Why? Because this is a brutal film. So if a child is going to be watching this movie, make sure it's under your guidance, and you're the only one just watching it. Make sure you watch it alone or watch it with your friend, your girlfriend. But it's a movie that everyone can enjoy. Well, guys, I really want to thank you for joining me to the end of this journey. I am so grateful, and I want to urge, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, don't forget to hit the notification bell so that anytime I get to post a new video, you will be notified when it comes out. Till we meet again, guys, have a wonderful week ahead.